Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, it seems possible that Vanellope may race into the valley earlier than I initially thought. So, on July 6th, they tweeted, "What are you most excited to see when Vanellope races into the valley this summer? Her friendship quest, her home, or her race car?" I think what I'm most excited about with Vanellope is none of these options, but rather her initial storyline, like how does she race into the valley, and what's her backstory, because the friendship quests are separate from that. But out of those three options, if I had to choose, yeah, her race car, definitely. Friendship quests, basically a given, we get those with every character, and with her house, I think it was very likely for her to have her own house anyways. I don't think she's gonna live with Ralph. I think she will have her own separate, very candy-themed home that will be inspired by the game that she's originally from in Wreck-It Ralph, which is Sugar Rush. But I am excited to get her race car, because I think it is pretty cool, and it is something more unique. Though I'm expecting it to be just a decoration. Eventually, it would be really cool if we could have drivable vehicles and mounts as well, such as horses, so then we could get around the valley in a little bit more of an exciting way, especially whenever we get more biomes. Then the world would be even bigger and would also make mounts and vehicles more useful. With the tweet itself, I find it interesting that they're asking us about Vanellope now because it seems a little early to do that unless they were going to tease features of that next update pretty soon. The key thing that has made me think that the update is definitely coming in August is with the current Wonder of Pixar Star Path, it's ending in 29 days from the day of making this video. So yeah, definitely not July. But it's also interesting, on the roadmap we got a while back, I pointed out how the Star Path is stretching across the span of 2 updates on the graphic, so it seems like it's not going to be like, oh, one Star Path for the update, and then the next update after will have a different one before we get yet another in September. So far we've always received the next update after the current Star Path has ended, but that's rather predictable. I think eventually that will be shaken up. So this seems like a pretty good opportunity to do just that. And then it might not necessarily be August when we get the update, it could be by the end of July, and then they just extend the timer of the current Star Path so that we wouldn't have so little time to get assumingly more Star Path content in the next update, where it would just be part 2 of the Wonder of Pixar. Speaking of part 2, I've seen some interesting speculation that perhaps the reason why the fairy godmother was the only character in the most recent update is that Vanellope was originally going to be in the same update as her, but then for whatever reason they actually separated these 2 updates, which would also explain why it seems like Vanellope is going to be the one and only character of the next update, whereas usually we get at least 2 new characters. So that could explain a shorter than usual waiting period between the 2 updates. I will say though, even though Wreck-It Ralph is one of my favorite movies of all time, I could still wait for Vanellope a bit longer because I'm getting really concerned now with the bugs that it's just becoming like The Sims, where they only fix a lot of bugs when a new update is out, but then said update breaks a bunch of new things, so then we're just in that constant cycle of things getting fixed but also breaking a lot, so then the game will eventually just be in such an unstable state. We have to have a mental checklist of, okay, avoid this and avoid that so we don't run into anything annoying or even worse, game breaking. Dreamlight Valley used to put out hotfix patches that would just be about fixing bugs, but they haven't done that in quite a while. Now it is just the major content updates and that's it. If we do just end up getting bug fixes this month and then we still wait until August for Vanellope, I'd be totally fine with that. It is interesting to think about what sort of role Vanellope may play in the valley, with her seemingly being all by herself, with Ralph being not in the picture quite yet, probably in a separate Realm update alongside Fix-It Felix Jr. But I think Vanellope's glitch power is gonna be a thing for sure. Like, maybe she ended up glitching into the here and there, and then we have to bring her back in a similar way to Minnie. But we'll probably find out soon enough. It has been pretty quiet on the Dreamlight Valley front lately, so I don't expect that to last much longer. I guess it could end up being like the previous update, where they just tease like one feature 1 week and then another feature the next. The roadmap did tease that there's supposed to be a major feature in this next update, but I think they may save that closer to the actual release date and tease much smaller things first, like they did with the umbrellas with the recent update. Feel free to let me know your predictions for the next update in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!